Here we go.
If I do beatboxing, you gotta keep the melody going, man.
What up, what up? To my right, the super dressed up Brett Eitzen.
One day we'll nail that intro. Until then, I'm just going to keep looking fresh.
There you go.
Fresh to death.
Wait, so once we nail the intro, you'll stop dressing up?
I don't know if I'll dress at all.
I'm gonna nail it next week,
We
guys.
gotta absolutely kill it
It's
next
gonna be
week.
the perfect intro.
Just write it out.
I'm wearing headphones still. This is.
Who are you?
Who invited
I
this
was
guy?
wondering why I could hear myself so well in my ears.
It's like, man, I remember we used to do this every episode.
Man.
But
What a time to be alive.
What a time.
that's right.
Maybe some might say the best time to be alive.
Some people wouldn't though.
This
Yeah.
is
More
this
people
is all
wouldn't.
true.
I think more people would say this is not the best time to be alive.
I don't know. I think back
What?
to like the Middle Ages and like comparatively, still, we're looking pretty good.
Don't mind me. I'm just making noises over here.
So I'm gonna guess our Kansas listeners will not be joining us tonight. Oh well, we got two. Never mind. Hi there.
Is
How do you know they're
playing?
from
KU plays
Kansas?
K-State
Oh.
tonight.
So the Wichita State fans are probably watching because nobody cares.
If
about
you are not from Kansas and you are here, raise your hand.
Oh,
Wait,
shoot.
what was the question?
If you're not from Kansas and you are here, other than myself,
I'm from Kansas and
I was
I'm not
more-
here, so
more
I don't
aiming
know.
at the chat, but whatever. We're going. We're doing this thing.
Give us a hand raise emoji in the chat.
we're doing it live.
I love doing it live.
Let's go over what we did this week real quick.
No, let's keep talking about nonsense.
I mean, I'm happy to keep talking about nonsense.
I'll go
All right,
I'll go-
favorite number to land on in hopscotch.
There's 3.
Okay, it's pretty low.
Yeah, no, man, you gotta go like at least 7.
Yeah,
Nah, 3.
7, the number of completion.
Nah, 3.
Completely kill it on the hopscotch course.
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah,
I'm
we
sticking
can-
with 3.
We can talk about what we did. That's enough of
Luke's
hopscotch talk.
got the most this week, I think. Luke, kick us off.
Or maybe I should go last since I have actual reviews.
Okay, yeah, you go last.
Mini,
You
keep
go.
your mini reviews
You go.
to short things. This last week has gone by so fast. I had a lot of fun playing Anthem. This
Prepare
weekend.
for being berated for saying you had fun playing Anthem.
I have some serious issues with the game too.
Have you seen like all the like YouTube people who tweet? They're like, "I actually like Anthem. Please don't hurt me." 'Cause,
Yeah.
like people like attack you for liking that game.
I don't know why. Like,
It's really weird. I don't understand that.
It's mean.
It is mean.
I like Anthem too.
I enjoy it. Sorry, go ahead.
if we talk about it more later,
We will very loosely.
people will probably think I actually hate this game. But
you do. You
So
hate
it's
everything.
like my review of Alita,
probably.
where I had like 20 cons, but I was like, but yeah, I like it.
But yeah, I liked it. Exactly. That is
it's,
exactly
It's
what.
okay to have problems with things you like.
Yep. This is true.
We'll talk about that later.
Anyways,
Here's my tea.
other than that, we got together and like the title of this episode, we watched the Oscars together. That was a lot of fun.
What? We did that? Oh, that's right. I missed almost all
You
of it.
did miss almost all of it. Mostly because they were actually like,
Moving it along.
they moved it along this year.
That's what happens when you don't have a host.
Yeah.
Good job, Oscars.
So,
Proud of you.
I played a little more Metro Exodus. Game's still pretty good.
Have you
but
learned
then
Russian
Anthem
yet?
came and no,
Have you what?
Have you learned Russian? Can you?
they don't actually speak Russian.
You should.
Oh.
You
They
should.
just speak-
You should go subs
speak-
over dubs and just have them speak in Russian.
All right,
Maybe you can learn it.
I won't.
You never know.
He shows
Niet.
up in like 2 weeks speaking Russian on the podcast. Like, what?
Niet da. I know 2 words. Vodka.
More
what'd you
than
say
what
there?
I know.
No and yes.
Oh, okay.
Niet is no.
Niet.
Da is yes.
Da.
I've watched a
Oh, wait,
lot
no,
of The
not da.
Americans.
Da.
They speak a lot of Russian in that show, and it's they're just like.
What?
Okay, so yeah. Other than that, I really didn't do much this week.
I did a good amount of stuff. Pull up my handy dandy notes.
Do it.
I started a new book.
Yeah, you
I
did.
think I mentioned that last week, actually. Brendan sent me a book called The Word is Murder. Started reading that. Super dope book with a really interesting concept where the author is actually a character in the book.
Ooh.
So it's kind of messing with my mind a little bit while I'm reading it, but I love it. I played Anthem, of course. We'll talk about that a little later. I tried out the demo for Yoshi's Crafted World in 2-player mode this time with Dana.
Fancy.
And we are going to buy it because she had a lot of fun.
Nice.
I played some more Apex Legends. We're getting a little bit closer to that battle pass, so I'm pretty excited to see what they bring with that. I tried out the new gun, too. I don't like it. It sucks.
Oh, no.
Screw that gun.
What kind of gun was it?
It's an energy assault rifle.
Doesn't it have like a select fire mode where you can like charge it up like a Spartan laser from Halo
Yeah, but it sucks.
or railgun?
Much like the Spartan laser from Halo.
Oh, sad day.
You have an option. What's this gun called?
The Havoc.
You have an option between Havoc and Mozambique. What do you choose?
Havoc.
Still no Mozambique love.
All right.
Still haven't played Apex Legends.
Give me another.
so-
Give me another ultimatum with Mozambique.
You get a Mozambique, but also $100.
Ooh, I'll take the Mozambique for $100.
But you have to spend it on Beanie Babies.
I think I still choose the $100 because that won't even buy me like 2 Beanie Babies now. They're so expensive.
Exactly. You'd probably get one Beanie Baby.
Then I'll sell it, turn it for profit.
There you go.
Make my $100 count. Do I get to keep what's left of it after buying the Beanie Baby?
No.
Oh no, man. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, what Beanie Baby would you get?
I don't know. Tracker, the little dog,
Okay.
the white and brown.
Aw.
One. You know what I'm talking about?
No. There's like 1,000 Beanie Babies. I'd try and find a pink one.
Whatever. I also watched Doom Patrol about 30 minutes ago. Episode 2. And that show is fantastic. If you
Absolutely.
are above the age of 12 or 13, maybe 14, I'd say 12 or 13.
I don't know. It depends on the 12-year-old.
Depends on your parents, really. I would say it's a booyah. The show itself is so good. And I don't know how to say, I think it's Joyvon Wade, the guy playing Cyborg.
Jovian?
It's Joivan.
Mr. Wade.
Mr. Wade. He is within the first 5 minutes of the show. Luke and I were like, yeah, he's better than Ray Fisher. and Ray Fisher was good with what he was given, but
Yeah.
the DC Universe, the guys who do the shows for that network, they really understand the characters. Like they get it, and they nail Cyborg pretty much head on. He's a little more aged up, but he's so good. And we got a lot of fun Easter eggs this week.
Yeah.
Got the Justice League Easter eggs.
Flash.
Batman. All kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
Argus.
Star. That's
Craziness.
more not really an Easter egg, but
Yeah.
it's always good to see.
A little Suicide Squad
Yeah.
action
The
mention.
episode was really good.
And the big Easter egg was Grid.
Oh my gosh.
When he says Grid, I was like, oh no, we can't do this. If you don't know what Grid is, I'm sorry. But
If you do, then you know what's up.
if you know, you know. And if they go that route, I'm going to poop myself.
Oh my gosh. Please don't poop yourself.
You'll probably be watching with me, so
Oh, man.
you're in for a treat.
I'll have to endure through that.
All right. I think that's all I did this week.
Okay.
I'm sure there'll be something I think of. Yep. I played some Mario Party. I won again, of course. I'm undefeated.
I'm impressed.
And I played paintball. I have 14 bruises right now. It's a fun game. I love it.
But you must be terrible if you're getting shot 14 times.
Or I just play with a good group of guys.
That's true. But you're the worst out of the guys.
No.
Sorry, I feel like I'm like attacking you.
You're just super negative. It's all good, though. Whatever.
Speaking of being super negative, in my reviews this week, I'm going to go from most negative to most positive. Starting off with The Punisher Season 2. Wow, what a travesty that show turned out to be. Started off pretty good. Punisher was protecting people. And then Billy Russo's part showed up, and he's horrible. He's horrible. They erase his memory, and he's complaining about having a couple paper cuts on his face. His villain name is Jigsaw, and he's supposed to look more like Chucky. Like, after he's all cut up, it's supposed to look horrible. He looks like he fell down a stairs. Frank Castle has the same amount of scars on him. And he's like, somebody did this to me. Where? Nobody likes me. I can't remember anything. And then he finds stuff out, and he's like, oh, I'm a horrible killer, and I murdered a whole bunch of people. But at least this doctor is falling. Oh, I'm just going to spoil it. Sorry, people. It's an all right. Barely, because John Bernthal is incredible still as Punisher. But there's a Harley Quinn-esque figure who's just no good. She's so irritating. The show is predictable. I'm going to use that word, I think, a lot tonight. Billy Russo, his character, seriously, and the way he's written just absolutely ruins the show. If John Bernthal isn't on screen, I was not even paying attention. It's bad. But when he is on screen or there's a gunfight happening, the show completely flips, and it's really good. It was just, honestly, I'm glad I'm done watching it.
Would you want a season 3?
I would watch a season 3 because... Spoilers for Punisher season 2 once again. Billy's dead, so he's gone. The other, like, they have these religious sect for villains. No idea what their motivations were. But they're dead. Pilgrim is off with his kids. Amy went off. She's really good too. Madani is really good. But I'd watch it as long as it's actually Punisher punishing people, not Billy Russo complaining about getting paper cuts on his face.
Cool. So what's slightly better than that?
So slightly better than that, I have A Star Is Born.
Just in time for Oscars.
Yep, I watched this because it was nominated for Best Picture.
And a couple others.
And a couple others. I think its win of the song Shallow is well deserved, but only because Sunflower wasn't nominated.
It's such a good song.
And I'm really glad it didn't win anything else, because I think all the other categories were correct in their choices. I think this movie is super overrated. The acting is really good. I think it's a good first directorial debut for Bradley Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Shallow, I thought the songs weren't that good. No, I take that back. They weren't good. Not that good. They're not good. Especially Lady Gaga's like pop song where he's talking about butts or something. I don't know. I was not feeling it, but just I was so bored during this movie. I was so bored. There's no joy ever in this movie. It's just sad the whole time. People crying, then they do drugs, and then they cry some more.
You know, there's, like, people like that.
I know, but, like, not me.
Okay, that's fair.
Subjective, people, subjective. This is my opinion. And my opinion is right. Yeah, everybody knows that. Let's see.
I can't wait till we fight one day.
I'll, like...
Just hand to hand.
I hope I'm not sitting in between you guys.
Oh, you know what it would be like. Just be like...
That's why I don't want to be in between you guys. I don't want to get hit.
I don't want to get hit either, so I probably wouldn't be in a fight. I'd probably just run.
Sweet, I win.
That's fine.
Well, in that case, I'll fight. Hold on.
Tag team Tyler. So I said Punisher was super predictable. Once again, I found this movie to be really predictable. I predicted this entire movie within the first 10 seconds of it.
I wouldn't spoil this one.
I won't spoil this one. But I can't blame this movie for being predictable, because every single movie I've ever seen about a band or an artist is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a formula.
They do follow a formula.
It works, though. Like, it's a good narrative for story. Bohemian Rhapsody, a movie I really liked, follows the same narrative. Rockstar. I don't know if you guys ever seen this movie. I'd say it's almost the exact same. It's like A Star Is Born, except it's Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston.
I have not seen that. I've never even heard of that.
I like that. I remember liking that movie. Real quick, Rockstar. It's about a dude. This dude is a super fan, and the lead singer of this classic rock band is really just sick of it. And he brings up Mark Wahlberg, who's in the front row on stage, to sing with him. And he's like, "You're the lead singer now." So he takes over for him. But he like has to be that guy. And he like becomes the band. And, you know, he does drugs. You know, classic rock band movie. But I like that movie.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if it's good. I watched it a while back. But the formula works. But I'd like to see something new.
Yeah.
I think the best example of something that strayed a little bit more from it is Sing Street. Because that movie is mainly one dude trying to impress a girl, and it's the very early stages of the band, not like their whole life.
Right.
But it still follows it. Also, I'd like to see another perspective, especially in the modern age, besides drugs and alcohol. So invested in the band. Like, I was thinking about this today, and I was like, what if, and it doesn't even have to be about a band per se, what if it was fans turning on the celebrity?
That would be
Like-
totally relevant to today's...
Like, your album is
like,
trash, and I'm going to roast you forever on Twitter for it.
Yeah.
And then how does the artist or actor or creator deal with that? I think that would be a good angle. That being said, I don't think this thing needs a 5th remake.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have? I give that one an all right as well, because the acting is actually really good in it, but I was just bored. And then eventually it was over, and I was like, not good. I finished. Okay, moving on to the next thing. That being Doom Patrol Episode 2, actually. Very good. Loved it. That show is awesome. Definitely watch it. It's worth subscribing to the DC Universe if you're a DC fan now.
I love the narration at the
Yeah.
beginning where they're talking about...
It's very fourth wall break.
Yeah, they break the fourth wall a lot. And he's like, what does he say?
It's like,
He says, who are you talking to? Yeah.
Grant Morrison fans, people subscribed to the DC
Fanboys,
Universe.
fangirls of the DC Universe, and the 3 people who are still here after that other show.
No, he said after the donkey flash.
Oh, yeah, after the donkey. That's right.
But yeah, that episode was really good. Next thing that I watched.
Is it a booyah? Or what a fanboy
It's a fanboy worthy for me because of just the absolute strangeness. I know some people are going to watch it and be like, what? No, thank you. Donkeys farting?
Words?
Words as superpowers?
Yeah.
Literally. The next thing on my list is another movie that I watched for the Oscars, and that is Roma. I actually wasn't planning on watching this, but I had time to, and I'm really glad I did.
How long is it?
It's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Not too bad.
So I'd say about 40 minutes in this movie, I was like thinking about stopping because this movie is slow as crap. That needs to be said. This is a fanboy worthy because people are going to be like, is anything going to happen in this movie? Like the first 40 minutes is a maid taking care of a house and the kids. That's it. But stuff starts to happen. I'm not going to say anything more than that. But gosh, it was so worth it. The main girl, I don't know how to say her name, was really good. She was nominated for Best Actress. The cinematography is, I'd say,
Oscar worthy.
just enough to watch this movie. The scenes are so long and they're so well shot.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's incredible. But yeah, if you like smaller scale movies or you like indie movies and for some reason you haven't watched this, you should definitely check this out.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
You got one more.
I got one more, and I'm really, really excited to talk about this. The Umbrella Academy. This premiered on Netflix as well last week or something.
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, and it's based off the Dark Horse comic, and it is so good. I loved the show. It's a fanboy worthy as well for the same reason as Doom Patrol. It's quite weird. It's got a very offbeat tone, but is still very dark and gory at times. Although it's TV 14, so they don't say the F word.
Yeah. Good for them. Restraint.
Like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
But if James Gunn and Edgar Wright were sitting in a room together and they said, we're going to make an X-Men TV show,
This is what that would be.
this is what they'd make.
Yeah.
It's so good. The performances are great. Once again, a con. I found it predictable. I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't care because it's so good. Like, the characters sell it so well. They don't they're not like, hey, who did this? And then 10 minutes later, they're like, oh, it was you the whole time, and stuff like that. Like, it kind of, like, you have to wait for stuff to happen.
Yeah.
They don't explain themselves right away. People have secrets and things that they don't want to come out. There are some good twists that, yes, I saw coming, but they're interesting twists that I liked.
Right.
Also, what number is he? I think he's number 4. His name is Klaus. He was my favorite character. His power is awesome. He's played by the dude from Mortal Engines. And he's great. And in Mortal Engines, I just did not care about him.
Which dude was he in Mortal Engines?
Tom.
Okay.
The main dude.
Gotcha.
And his story in this is so good. He's a drug addict in this. And honestly, like, he does it, and you're just like, yeah, I get it. I get why you're doing that.
It makes sense.
Also, Aidan Gallagher, who plays number 5, who is my second favorite character, just by a slight margin behind Klaus, is awesome. He's a 15-year-old kid playing a 13-year-old kid with a 60-year-old in his body.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
He is incredible. He has an awesome power, too. His is teleportation and time travel. Don't worry, it's not spoilers in the first episode. He is a lot of fun. The butler is a monkey.
What?
Like, there's just so many great things about this show. Like, it's so weird, but
Well,
it takes itself so seriously sometimes that it's just great.
Guess what I might do when I get home
I was
tonight?
going to say, if we
I get home early
power through
enough.
this.
The soundtrack.
Luke would have to stop talking for us to do that.
I'm sorry. I will never stop talking now.
It's okay. It's okay. Keep talking.
This is going to be a 3-hour episode, everybody.
Oh,
I'll give up before that.
The soundtrack is incredible in this. Great music library. They did "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen, "Barracuda" by Heart were my favorite choice. My favorite songs probably that they played. I was a huge fan. I love this show, man.
Ready for season 2?
I'm ready. Plus, no, I won't say that.
Yeah, don't say it.
don't say it.
It has a slow start, I should say. Like, the first couple episodes, you're like, okay, yeah, I think.
Does anybody get punched in the face in the first episode?
Yes.
That's enough for me.
Also, their powers just aren't, like, not normal
Don't look at my computer.
normal superpowers. Like, I don't want to say one of the characters' superpowers because when you first see it, you're just like, what? What is that crap, man? Like, some of them are so small. And then some of them, you're just like, okay, that's weird. Also, I like, it's kind of like the X-Men, and it's very similar to Doom Patrol. Their Professor X is the total opposite of Professor X. He's such a douchebag, man.
Fun fact.
Those kids had it rough.
Doom Patrol came out before X-Men, and the X-Men are kind of a copy of the Doom Patrol. Almost to a T. It's pretty crazy.
I love it. Anyway,
Robot 2.
Is there anything else I can think about?
Is there someone named Robot
in
Umbrella Academy?
No.
Oh.
Lepke says Robot 2. Like, not 2, but also.
Like 2.
Robot, also.
Oh, yeah. Not a super... is that a spoiler? I don't think that's a spoiler. Their mom is a robot.
That's awesome.
She takes care of them. She's really good, too, I'd say. I think all the acting is really good.
Might have to watch this. Lepke and I were talking about it. We were both talking about like what show we should watch next, and I'm pretty sure Lepke already finished it.
It's good,
I gotta
man.
catch up.
Yeah,
what is it? 10 episodes?
It.
12 episodes?
10.
10?
10-hour-long episodes.
10 is the perfect number in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a good number.
I would.
Anyway, that's it.
So before we move on to news, we have...
What are these presents that Brett won't tell us that about?
There are things here in front of you. Tonight, I'm going
to
surprise you guys. We have our first quote-unquote sponsored show.
What?
So...
Who did this?
Is this a fake video?
Are we being punked? Where's Ashton Kutcher?
I am going to slap Ashton Kutcher.
Unfortunately, this individual isn't giving us money to be a sponsor. They're giving us food and drink.
Yes.
So
it's better
this is
than money.
from our good friend Ian.
Yes.
At pronounced Ian on Twitter.
Thanks, Ian.
You guys can open said gifts, and we may partake of them during the rest of the show.
Oh, this is just paper.
It's filler, so you couldn't just glance in and see what was in there.
Oh.
I do know what's in there because Ian did not wrap them.
Is it Yoo-hoo?
He just gave them.
Freaking gummy bears. Boom!
Are they sugar-free?
Yeah, they are.
I'm not eating those.
No, they're not. No, they're fat-free, but not sugar-free.
Oh, have you heard the reviews for the sugar-free Haribo gummy bears? They give you instant diarrhea.
Oh, no.
Perfect. Let's try it out on the show one night. Look at this.
So we got
so
ourselves...
you get those and I get this.
Yeah. Oh, and I get nothing.
You have these cups.
I know. I filled up ice
This is awesome.
in their cups, and
Thanks,
they were
Ian.
like, "What are you?"
Thank you, Ian.
Did I pronounce that right? E-N?
At pronounced Ian. Is that right? I don't know.
Oh.
He should have like a clever thing on his Twitter handle to tell us.
Yeah.
Split.
This is great.
People in the audio version are like taking the
is
earphones
going
out. They're
on?
going, what's going on? What are these noises?
This is awesome.
This is fantastic.
Who's the snack mom next week?
Thank you, Ian. Cheers.
My mom gave us cookies one time, way back
Everyone.
when.
Perfect. To a T.
I dig it. I'm going to move this bag.
Those are Dr. Pepper minis. Also, give me some of these sugars. All right, should we do some news?
Do we try to drink all of these Dr. Peppers?
Let's do some news.
Okay.
We got that coming up here.
All right.
Water.
I got you. I'll hit you with the first story.
Hit me with the first story.
There were some more Birds of Prey set photos that came out this week.
Ooh.
We finally got to see. Is it Cassandra Cain? Is that the little girl?
Yeah.
And we got to see Huntress's outfit. Did you see that one?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it looked pretty good. Looks low budget, but it also looks like they've taken some inspiration from the comics, and that's cool with me.
I'm pretty sure
It's purple.
she's going to
and
have
black.
another one, too.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna show all.
Because, like,
the good
even
ones.
in just that costume test they showed, she had
she had
one,
the
she had
trench
one with
coat.
a trench coat
Yeah.
and no chain.
But I thought it looked pretty good.
Me too.
Nice.
Also, I think Harley's shirt had a few naughty words on it.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, I'm telling you.
Naughty, naughty.
Did you see those pictures? I'm pretty sure her shirt says Harley effing Quinn on it. I don't know if I couldn't really tell, but I thought that's what it looked like.
That's awesome.
Why not? So I've got a rumor that broke early last week.
Gosh, that is a hilarious thing to say right after a Umbrella Academy review. And you'll understand that once you watch it.
Cool. Microsoft may be bringing Game Pass and certain published titles to the Nintendo Switch.
Crackdown 3?
Oh, for sure. Oh, and that's on Game Pass. I think
You have Game Pass, and I need you to play Crackdown 3.
Okay.
Why?
Because I want to hear how bad it is.
Yeah, why not? I'll play it.
You don't want me to play it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
You have to choose to let Terry Crews live or die.
Tyler, you had an interesting reply to this about I don't have it pulled up, but you talked about the idea of Microsoft possibly purchasing Nintendo.
Well, so there was I was listening to Kotaku Split Screen, and somebody in the audience, they did a live show in New York, and somebody in the audience asked about Apple, because Apple's been teasing a big announcement, and it's pretty common knowledge that they want to get into gaming in some capacity. And I think it was Kirk kind of made a joke about Microsoft buying Nintendo, and I kind of spun off of that and made similar jokes. And then this rumor surfaced that Game Pass could be coming to the Switch, and I was like, seems like Microsoft and Nintendo are playing ball a lot lately. And if you look at the amount of money it would take to take over Nintendo, a hostile takeover of Nintendo, Microsoft's got plenty. Yeah. It would only take 38 to 40 billion to buy Nintendo, because they're worth 36 or 37 billion. Microsoft has 300 billion liquid.
Yeah, I mean they have plenty of money.
They could do it. It would not be a surprise. But I mean, I have a Switch. I would get Game Pass if it actually comes to the Switch, for sure.
I think it's my guess is that a purchase of that magnitude would be a long time in the making. And
who's to say it's not already, though?
Oh, man. Well, one of my other stories maybe would, I don't know. Anyways, I think if it's not a purchase, which I don't personally think it's a purchase maneuver.
I don't think so either.
It's certainly possible, but I don't think it is.
But it could be.
I think it's the first, again, laying that groundwork for xCloud, and that idea of play anywhere that Microsoft is really starting to push, and will definitely be pushing next console generation. So, yeah, pretty cool.
That's wild. What you got, homie?
All right, I have 2 news stories. That's it. I paid a lot of attention this week to the news. Honestly.
I ate 2 packs of gummy bears.
Already?
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay.
I'm about to finish mine. So I was very happy to hear this news. We're getting a second season of The Haunting.
Yay!
It's going to be The Haunting of Bly Manor, and it's based off The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. Ooh. If that means anything to anybody. I just hope there's lots of ghosts, and I hope it's as good as The Haunting of Hill House, because that show was incredible. It's one of the best shows on Netflix. It was the best show that came out last year. That's it.
Oh, okay.
What's your next news story, Tyler?
I made a comment earlier about Apex adding a new gun, so I'm going to glance over that one more time. But this weekend, March 1st through the 3rd, The Division has an open beta. So if you're interested in The Division, or if you're on the fence, now is your chance to check it out. See what you like about it. And hopefully they fix the game-breaking sound bug that they had in the closed beta.
Oh, no.
Because if they didn't, I'm going to flip out a little bit and probably say mean things about The Division on Twitter.
If I downloaded the private beta...
Hey, they called me.
Hey, Red Cross, don't call me, please.
They called me earlier. They
Why
said
do you hate saving lives?
If I donate blood, they'll enter me in a giveaway to go see the Game of Thrones premiere.
Ooh.
So, I hope I give blood and I win it. And then they'd show up and be like, what are you most excited for? I'd be like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything since season 4. And people would be like, why are you here? I'd be like, I donated blood. That's why. Then I would, purposely not catch up. Just for the laugh of that. So people would be so super angry. It'd be awesome.
I'd get a chuckle out of that.
I would too. I'd probably get punched in the face though.
That's okay.
Worth it.
What was I going to ask?
You were going to ask something about stuff.
If I have the private beta downloaded still, do I have to...
think it counts.
Okay.
I think it's a 20 gigabyte update or something.
Okay, good. Because I do not want to download 40 gigs again.
It's like 5 days worth of download for you.
Jeez.
So I have some other Nintendo news.
Nintendo.
Reggie Phil's Aim, I believe is how you pronounce his last name.
Reggie.
That's how I say his name.
Everyone just knows him as Reggie. He is the president of Nintendo America. Is retiring.
Because freaking Bowser.
I know.
This is the most hilarious
Taking
thing
his
ever.
place as president of Nintendo America is Doug Bowser. We can't trust a Bowser.
No, and it makes too
To
much
head up.
sense. It makes too much sense. Mario's coming up next. Mario's gonna overthrow Bowser.
Do you think he got
Please.
picked just because his name?
Absolutely.
That's why he got a job
Absolutely.
there.
He's like not. He doesn't even do anything. He's just a name.
Yeah. Guarantee.
Man, I'm gonna
That's
change
dope.
my name too.
Anyways, I want to thank Reggie for
Wars.
15 years of
Being awesome.
just being
Yeah.
awesome at Nintendo. I mean,
yeah.
he was there through the Wii years, and then those Wii U, those like
The Wii
3
U.
years of the Wii U,
the Weeboo years.
I had
and then
one
the
of those.
Switch. And he's just always been like a really fun person to watch. Like
the directs and
lead that like Nintendo of America.
Yeah.
Be one of the leaders for Nintendo. So
Congrats to him on retirement.
yeah.
Enjoy sitting at home playing your Switch, man.
Yes.
And Game Pass. What?
oh.
So my second news story is A Quiet Place 2. John Krasinski is returning to direct, and production is starting, releasing on May 5th, 2020.
So excited.
And Emily Blunt is expected to return along with the two kids.
Can't wait.
Emily Blunt, baby. You know that's right. I'm really excited for that, but at the same time, I'm actually kind of nervous because I don't know, just it being a sequel, and I don't know what they'll do.
Yeah.
But I mean, Krasinski is a smart guy, so
Right.
I don't know. I'm just curious, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be there on Thursday
I was
opening
gonna
night.
say I'm gonna see it opening night.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Ted, I agree. Nintendo did have some weak years in the last 15.
I don't know if most of them were weak.
Well, the last 50. How many?
Maybe not the most like exciting.
Yeah, after the GameCube, it was kind of like. Yeah.
I mean, the Wii
I
generation
don't
was
know,
the most profitable generation for them.
I was pretty jacked when I got my Wii for Christmas. I was flipping the heck out.
I just remember playing Wii Baseball, and it was the best thing ever. It was fun.
I slammed my controller and I hit the ball.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
So there was a poster for a movie that is a really, really good poster that I wish I didn't see, even though I knew it was going to happen.
Oh no,
That's the new Shazam poster.
I haven't seen it.
Don't look at it.
I'm not.
I won't say any more, but it's really good. But it's definitely going to spoil probably the coolest reveal in the entire movie.
Oh no, marketing.
They've done a good job of hiding it until now, though. The problem is toys. Toys ruin everything.
I'm just really curious about like how
the role.
Yeah, like is it going to be a last second thing, or will they actually like be a part of the movie?
Will this be a family film? What do you know about Shazam?
Very little.
Okay, good. I just wonder if it will be.
Shazam!
Lee. Next.
Yeah, Ted, that's what I'm saying. The Wii to Wii U was sad.
Shout out Ted in the chat. Party's in the chat, bro.
Parties in the tree. Other news.
Are you done?
I'm done.
I'm done.
Oh gosh. One last thing. Space Jam 2 poster and release date and director was announced.
Woo.
The poster looked terrible.
Yep.
It looked photoshopped, and I didn't believe that it was real. Justin Lin is directing. What? He did Fast and the Furious 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's it.
What
Star
else?
Trek Beyond.
Star Trek Beyond, and now going to do Space Jam 2, and it comes out in 2021.
Okay.
They announced the date, I can't remember. I think it was like July 2021.
Yeah, this summer.
But cool. Space Jam was really fun. I can't wait to see LeBron versus MJ. That's my prediction.
The definitive better player will be decided.
Right.
LeBron at 33. Michael Jordan at
55.
64.
Is he 64?
No, he's like 50 something.
No one actually knows his age. It's impossible to tell.
Is he a robot?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
No, he's not.
He's a time
He's
traveling
gained weight.
robot.
He's not a robot. Anyways,
Who says robots can't gain weight?
Robot Man.
Oh. Okay.
He can't feel anything. He can't eat.
Well,
Have some sensitivity.
I'm a terrible person, and I acknowledge that.
Robots have meaning too. I don't know where I was going with that.
Guys,
Let's talk about some things.
last night
Oh boy.
was the Oscars.
It was the Oscars. You're absolutely right.
Who's Oscar?
That is a
Who
fact.
is Oscar? Who is
And why does
Oscar?
everybody
And
want to take him home?
why-
I looked up
Yes.
who the guy was, and then I just lost interest halfway through. I was like, oh, I don't care about this. So,
He makes a good statue.
It does. It does. A statue that a lot of people want. So, how did we feel about the Oscars? I'm not saying that. Ted, you're a terrible person, and I love you, but you're a terrible person.
Oh my god. Good stuff. All right, let's do this. The Oscars happened. Yeah. What were we talking about?
So, biggest surprises of the night.
Green Book winning
Green
Best
Book is
Picture.
Best Picture. What?
Yeah.
Okay, have you guys seen like the memes that are coming out now?
No.
Like, oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's like when Green Book was announced as Best Picture winner, and it's like that. It's the meme of the girl going, or
Oh
whatever,
no.
or like the Pikachu.
Yeah, the surprised Pikachu face.
People are just like,
Wait, what?
yeah, this movie was good, but it was not better than any of the other ones. And then like I see some other ones, and they're like, oh, the people are on stage talking about how this movie is about racial equality. Everybody on stage is white. And then like Marshall Ali's up there too, just
With his
Octavia Spencer was there
Strange
too.
hat.
but
Choice.
Yeah. Well,
was she in it?
She's a producer.
Oh, cool.
I
And
saw.
fun fact, I think she's the first female producer to win an Oscar for
That's-
best picture.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's
So-
cool.
Good for her.
And then I saw another one. It was like Green Book, more like white pages, and it was the 4 white producers that were talking around the microphone. I was like, oh, this is good.
Oh,
I love the internet sometimes. It's hilarious.
it is. So, who were your guys' picks? I can't remember from last week. I can't. Who were your picks for best picture?
Black Klansman.
Yep, Black Klansman.
Okay, so we all have Black Klansman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all rooting for it.
I'm really interested to know what. I mean, we never will know what the actual
Vote was?
vote was, but for those of you who don't know, Best Picture, all of the other categories are determined just by a pure, like, single vote. Like,
Show of hands for this movie.
right. And the most number of hands wins. What's different for Best Picture is that you actually have to cross the 50% threshold. You have to have at least 50% of the vote. So what happens is after the initial vote, all of those movies get ranked, and then the very bottom movie, that gets pulled out, and all of those second place
All the
ballots,
second place votes
all the second place votes fill in
as first place votes.
as first place votes, and then the third, and then it just moves up the line,
That's so weird.
which leads to typically like more average movies getting, like, it's not probably going to be like something that's really out there. It's honestly, it's why I'm surprised Shape of Water won, because I figured that was going to be one of those movies that got like quite a few first place votes, but
didn't get
not
50%.
like not a lot of second or third place votes, a lot of like fourth or fifth place votes.
Uh-huh.
So,
So usually the second place. I don't know what I'm trying to.
we don't know.
It gets really confusing.
God, everybody should get one.
It's
B.
called an instant runoff ballot. So if you want to look that up.
Let's have our own.
It's called an instant runoff ballot.
Yeah.
It's called an I rob, meaning they robbed the real winner.
Well done. Well done.
Dang.
Let's have our own next week. We're gonna make a iRob.
Anyways, in light of that,
iRobot starring Will Smith.
There's
your Oscar winner.
I was really surprised at how split the.
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie. Like the top 4 winners overall were, like, there wasn't someone who ran away with 7 awards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bohemian Rhapsody had 4, which was the most.
Should have gotten 3.
Should have probably gotten 3. Green Book had 3, Roma had 3, and Black Panther had 3. Like, props to Black Panther for
excellent,
for not only bringing getting Marvel its first Academy Awards, but also pulling in 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nominated for 7. Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
it's a good night.
Good job. But I'd say honestly, like, again, Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't think it deserved best editing.
Did not. There's some parts in that movie where the editing is cool, like during Live Aid, where it's going, crowd Freddy. But then there's other parts where it's like,
It's like a 5 out of 10 on the
yeah, 5-ish in the middle.
I would have probably thrown that one to Roma, and then best editing.
What else was nominated for editing? Real quick, I have it up.
I don't remember.
Black Klansman, Vice, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, The Favorite.
That is a very thin group.
So Roma wasn't even on there.
Mm-hmm.
Was Black Klansman's editing good?
That's
pretty sure all those movies had better editing.
Yeah, Black Klansman is who I had picked. So
yeah,
I misspoke when I said Roma. Sorry, everybody.
Roma honestly does not have enough editing in it.
Ted,
because it's just
are you talking
the camera?
I think Ted's talking. Ted had a good point here. I think he's talking about Green Book. So you're saying it might be a movie that people enjoyed, and you're right. Like, what I'm saying is that the point of a instant runoff ballot is that it covers the widest group of people. Chances are it's not a movie that people loved, and it's not a movie people hated. It's a movie people enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
There probably wasn't anything that was all that special about it.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't really care. The movie that I want to win every year usually isn't nominated.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. 2 weeks from now, we won't be we won't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Mahershala Ali won for Best Supporting, so clearly he brought something to that movie that people really enjoyed.
The clip they showed of him was really good.
It was good.
I was like, oh man.
He's such a good actor. So, again, I'm not necessarily trying to throw shade at Green Book. It was just a surprise for me when I thought that there were other films out there that I think generally had way more buzz about them.
Yeah.
So.
How many did A Star Is Born only win the one Oscar?
Yep.
Indeed.
You guys remember when everybody thought that was Best Picture?
Oh.
It had a ton of buzz.
That didn't last very long. That buzz lasted 2 weeks, and then the Golden Globes happened, and it didn't win anything.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oops."
Well,
never mind.
Man, if A Star Is Born would have won over Black Klansman, oh my gosh, that would have been ridiculous.
Would you have punched someone?
No.
So any other
That would
things
hurt me.
about the Oscars? What would we?
I really enjoyed not having a host.
Yes.
There, I'll say it.
I agree.
Liked it. I thought it was cool to see all the different stars come out and do presenting the awards. I thought it was pretty funny.
I liked seeing the Chris Evans and Tessa Thompson both did a little when they saw it was Black Panther, and I was like, "It's awesome."
And Jason Momoa, when Free Solo won documentary, because he's super into mountain climbing, he celebrated a little bit. It was really cool to see that. They were rooting for other movies too.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Jackson when Spike Lee won. Oh my gosh, that was
awesome.
And then I don't know if you guys knew this, but Spike Lee jumped into his arms when Samuel L. Jackson told him that the Knicks had broken their 18-game home losing streak. That's why he jumped into his arms.
Oh, it wasn't even about the award. Oh, my goodness. That's
so
funny.
Spike Lee sits courtside at every home Knicks game. Last night he wasn't, and they broke their home losing streak.
Maybe he needs to
leave more often.
Watch at home. Watch at home.
Win more Oscars, Spike.
Yeah.
Then the Knicks will win for you.
How many did you guys predict?
Man, I started 8 for 8. I was flying, and I only got 13 right.
I ended up at 11.
I got 14, baby.
Nice.
That's right. Bring it on, baby.
We have to shout out our winner of the our poll. We had a Google Doc where you go and put in your predictions, and I said none of us can win, and it's a good thing because Luke would have won.
Yoink.
And if it wasn't Luke, it would have been Tyler. And if it wasn't Tyler, it would have not been me. But I want to congrats to Eric Exum.
Nice.
He predicted 11, so same as me.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
So.
Thanks for participating.
Yeah, thank you.
Did he predict Best Picture?
No.
Oh, man, did you guys see his tweet he sent us? It was a cereal soup arm wrestling match.
Arm wrestling match.
So good.
Yeah.
I've got thoughts.
Still the best question in What the Fanboy History.
I've got thoughts on that picture he sent us.
Uh-oh.
Okay. One last.
I'm going to start a fight.
One last, because the internet's talking about it.
Oh, yeah?
Oscar story.
Okay.
Are Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga?
They totally banged during the making of A Star Is Born.
They may still be doing it.
They might be. I know, I know it's a performance, and you have to make the song feel emotional. I get that, but there was definitely something there. Their chemistry is crazy.
Man,
I don't care.
I don't know.
Yeah, ultimately, I don't really care, but it's a fun story to talk about.
It is fun to talk about. I mean,
I'd rather just rag on A Star Is Born some more, honestly.
Sorry, we're looking at a Twitter thread. We're bad at this.
we're not professional. My
Ted
apologies.
gave us an ugh.
Ugh.
What are you ughing about?
Probably Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
I'm with you, Ted.
Any other Oscar news? Sorry, I keep saying that like it's like I'm not trying to rush us through, but
Yeah, you are. You just want us to leave your house.
I'm pretty excited that
talk a little bit about Anthem.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty excited that Roma won foreign language film.
Yes,
I think it was an underdog.
Well, so I'm very happy that Roma won foreign language film. Do you think that hurt its Best Picture chance? Like people were like, "Oh, we're gonna like the Academy who voted thought, oh, we're gonna give it Best Foreign Language, but we're not gonna vote for Best Picture."
No.
No.
I don't think it did.
Cool.
I think they just thought it was good enough to be both. It was like, well, definitely winning this because it's in this, and then I don't know, it was probably like fourth or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or actually first.
Trying to think.
iRob.
I can't think if there was anything else that.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that was a given.
Shout out to Spider-Verse. Like,
Suck
it was
Disney.
a given, but so totally.
I'll go through some of the things that I think just
So
have to
totally
be
earned
givens. Now, after seeing Roma, Best Director and Cinematography are just kind of like, yeah. And then Black Panther for soundtrack. That one really needed to win that one. And then I think one that was kind of surprising was First Man for visual effects.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to mention.
pleasantly surprised with that one.
I'm just glad it wasn't Christopher Robin. I'm just glad it wasn't Christopher Robin. Because I was talking to you guys when I finally showed up and watching it.
Yeah,
Like,
finally.
there's nothing that looks fake in that movie. Like, which is really impressive.
Yeah, because
sure, it's not a superhero blockbuster where
Right.
things are flying around. You're going, oh my gosh, it's real. It's not like the Avatar people where it's like, oh my gosh, it's real.
And it's not like Ready Player One where the whole movie is in a virtual reality game.
It's just like, oh, that actually looks like they're in a rocket ship going to the moon, and now they're in a hovercraft training thing and all this stuff. Like, it's crazy good. Also, the moon sequences in that movie are so beautiful.
I have it at home in 4K. Can't wait to watch it. Can we get 10 more Spider-Verse? Get 20 more Spider-Verse.
All of the Spider-Verses.
All of them. Every Spider-Verse is. Okay, so the Oscars were fun.
They were.
Yes.
Good luck to everybody this year for next year's Oscars. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. No, he's that way.
Oh!
He's over here.
I totally missed him.
Right
How
here.
does he hide that well?
I don't know.
It's a small elephant.
Yeah. Anyways,
but it's in the room.
No. But Anthem came out on Friday, I think. I don't know. It had a
Depending on
weird staggered release.
On who you are.
I played it Thursday night.
Yeah, it had a weird release schedule. I don't know. It came out last week.
It came out Thursday night at 11 p.m. is when it came out.
For normal people. But other people could be playing it like
if you had
I don't know
EA
if it was-
Origin access.
on PC, then if you had EA Access, you could play it like Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then if you bought the special edition, you could play it Wednesday. And then if you didn't, you waited till Thursday at 11 or something like that. I don't know. It was a mess. Anyways, Anthem is out.
We played it.
We've played it.
We've played it.
I don't think any of us are deep enough into the game to give it like a full review. Is that
That's
a safe
to
assumption? Say. But we want to give impressions.
See? I think so. Oh, did I say something?
What?
Drink the whole case before the episode
Lepke
is
wants
over.
us to drink this whole case of mini Dr. Peppers. Oh, boy. I mean, I've already opened my second, so I'm ahead of you guys.
I don't know that I could do that. That's a lot.
It's 3 each, and then
somebody's got to bite the bullet for 4.
3 and a third. Oh, no, we'll split it.
Whatever. I'll drink another one. I'm only waking up at 6 a.m. It's cool.
Okay, so Anthem. I think we kind of have like Luke and I said, or I don't know, like I said earlier, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I think it has some pretty serious problems, but things will only get better as time goes on. Luke, you want to start off with the happiness?
I'm having a blast playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I've almost done no story missions too, which I know these guys are like, ooh, boo, free play. I enjoy free play, and I've played it by myself. I just get in a ranger instead of my interceptor, and I just try and survive. That's the name of the game for that, because I have to play totally different. I'm not all over the place. I'm not reviving anybody.
The cans are making noises when you move.
I'm just trying to set myself up for very strange combos sometime and not get hit ever.
Yeah.
I haven't really had time this weekend as much as I wanted to.
Yeah. Me too.
I've been doing a lot of contracts too, which I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I've heard the game is not that long. So I'm just, I'm hanging out. I'm
enjoying
going
the
to
journey.
join while I can. If I get bored of free play, I'll hop in, do a story mission. I love playing as Interceptor. It is a blast. I love playing as a Ranger, and I haven't played as the Colossus or Storm since the demo beta. But I haven't had any bugs.
Nice. You're
so
lucky.
Good for you. Good for you.
I guess I'm just lucky. But I'm sure one will happen eventually, and I'll probably get frustrated with that. But my biggest complaint, I'd say right now, is the UI system.
Yeah.
The menus are chaotic, and the map is confusing because you can't mark anything.
The map is useless.
I kind of just open it and be like, if it's like we were looking for the Titans, and it's like, oh, go to Eastern Falls or whatever, and then I just look at it and be like, okay, it's southeast, and then I just fly that way
until you get there.
Until I ran into a different one accidentally, and I was just like, it killed me like 10,000 times.
Oh no, that's not good at all.
We killed 2 of them though.
Oh, maybe that is a bug that I got. That's the only one I've gotten. I didn't get credit for the second one because I was down.
I don't think Lepke did either.
But I'm pretty sure that's going to be fixed. So I'm not really worried about it. Because some people are going to go down and not get credit for something that's very difficult.
Well, the event's over.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there'll be another one.
Probably.
But
going down in general is frustrating for me in this game.
Yeah.
There's games
you can't like move around or switch cameras.
You can't do anything. You can't go into the menus. You can't call for help. You can't.
That's what your mic's for.
You know what annoys me the most about going down is there's times where I'll go down and nothing will be hitting me. Yeah. But it'll say I got hit earlier. I'm like, what?
Sometimes I think it's because I'm burning.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's actually hurting me or not.
But it is.
I'm not sure if it's like hurting me because I thought burning was just like affected your flight.
Right.
Because it overheats you. But I honestly just don't know. But I've experienced stuff like that too. And I think I'm probably just, I don't know. I guess I just don't care as much because I'm having fun.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to have to get used to it. And if I don't get used to it, then it will become a problem. Or if it gets worse.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I think I'm the middle ground between you two. Because while there's things I really like about Anthem, and I think it's a fun game, like the gameplay itself is fun. And it's fun to play with your friends, and I enjoy playing it by myself as well. I'll do pros first because my cons are pretty vicious. I like that they put effort into the dialogue from the NPCs. I really appreciate that. Destiny, like, you more had to read their responses, and they would say something that didn't really imitate what they were trying to tell you. So I appreciate that. Luke and I talked about that earlier. I really like the customization of the javelins. I think the customization in this game is fantastic. I wish there were more armor choices, which I'm sure there will be in the future. Again, this game feels like a beta. Like there's more to it coming down the road. It feels like it's in game preview program, which isn't necessarily a bad thing other than, it's a $60 game that's clearly not done.
It's out.
Yeah, that's gone gold, right?
Right.
No, the customization's fun. I like the idea of contracts. I think that's super cool that like you can pick up little side missions. Huge fan of that like system. So then there's my cons, which there are more cons. I will say I do like this game though. It is fun. For me, Anthem is more of a game to hold me over until the Division 2 than it is a game that I plan on spending a lot of time with. And that's not to say it's bad. It's just that I'm more excited for the Division 2.
You are super into the Division.
Yeah, I really am. The Division's one of my favorite games. But something that really irritates me is that with the guns, I know I've only gotten up to like rare weapons, but common, uncommon, and rare, all the guns are the same. They're just different levels of rarity with better stats.
Yeah.
That's really dumb to me. I think that's stupid. They don't look any different. They don't shoot any different. They just have better stats. I think the free play mode is boring. The world event system is bad. Like you just kind of have to stumble across it, which I don't like. The mini map, like you mentioned, is useless other than just saying, I think it's southeast. I'm just going to go that way. This is a pro. The world they've built is incredible, right? Like the free play world itself is amazing. It's beautiful. It's huge and sprawling, and there's all these different things around the map. But there's only 4 people in it.
Yeah.
The game feels empty. And like all these freelancers and this idea of multiplayer, it doesn't feel like it's there.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like I don't feel like I'm playing a multiplayer game. I feel like I'm playing a single player game with a few friends. And when I do free play, there's 3 people. And if I'm by myself, nobody's doing the same thing because nobody knows where to go.
I would say free play
There's nothing
with
that makes
friends
people come together.
Is fine because you're all flying around together as a squad.
Mm-hmm.
But free play by yourself, and there's like if the other 3 people are by themselves too.
Yeah, no
one's doing anything.
And
together.
it's not because people don't want to work together. It's because nobody knows where to go.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that indicates, hey, you guys should go over here and try to kill this thing. Nobody knows. Everybody's just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And it feels like they didn't quite get that if you're going to make a multiplayer game, you have to give people a reason to work together. In games like in looter shooters, the goal is raid dungeons, kill big stuff, get awesome rewards. I don't feel like I'm getting to do that. Story missions have been fun. The 4 or 6 I've done, they're all pretty cool. The different mechanics of each level are fun. Then in the world events, there's only 2 kinds that I've come across. There's kill people or collect 6 things and kill people. Have you come across any others, or have they all been that sort?
Yeah,
they're all about that. And I like killing people in that game. It's fun. I like shooting people. I think the game has a crap ton of potential. It's just not quite there yet. I think, Brett, you said it. In about 6 months, this game will be totally different.
It'll be really polished.
Yeah, it'll be really good.
I wonder if I think a lot of people compare this game to Destiny. I think they're comparing it to the wrong game. I think they need to compare it to The Division. I think that's the best version of the looter shooter. Because first of all, you would walk into Fort Tarsis,
right?
Which is just awesome.
It's
in
seamless.
The Division.
Yeah.
You just you walk in and you get the stuff you need.
And
you
you
talk
walk
to
out.
people. You walk out and you're back in the world. Whereas Destiny and this are just you load in, you load out. And then also, I wonder if it would, because in The Division you don't see anybody unless you invite your friends, right? But you can go into the dark zone, which is all these people.
Yeah, and there's certain areas in The Division as well where you can safe houses and
right,
certain parts of the base. Yeah,
I think that is the example that
Anthem should follow.
And
set up another base that isn't Fort Tarsis. I don't know if maybe it happens at the end of the game or something, or it'll come in Act 1. Freemark's back up.
Right.
We're gonna set up another base here, and then I doubt they'll be able to just totally change the game so you can just fly in.
Right.
But just other places, and then a dark zone-ish area.
Yeah.
Where you can play with your 4 friends
or more.
Or hold on, you play with your 4 friends in the world, but you can go into this super crazy area where chaos is unleashed and there's lots of people.
I'd be on board with more people.
Yeah.
Now, The Division had a horrible start too.
These games. This is systematic of these kinds of games.
Yeah, this is how it works. I mean, any of these games, these games as a service games, they don't start out great.
Right.
It's not normal to start out really good. So it'll get there. I do think the potential is there. I think it's a fun game with really cool mechanics. I just think it needed more time in the oven, personally.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know. I'll say this before you go, Brett. I'm pretty sure we would all say this. If you're not sure about getting this game, just wait a bit.
Yeah. Wait and see what they do with it.
All the DLC for this is free.
Right.
So you're going to get the exact same thing that I paid for.
Yep.
I'm just playing it before you. That's it.
Yep.
EA screwed themselves and in turn helped us. Thanks, guys.
Play Apex until Anthem goes down to $40 and all 3 acts are out, and then if you want it, get it. If you still don't, then I don't care. You can spend the money however you want.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, I'll go over my points. My main point is from a tweet. So if you saw that, my own tweet, I'm not stealing other people's tweets. I think the gameplay is really fun. It's best with friends. It's okay with randos. I'm specifically in the story missions. Free play is generally forgiving enough that you can get around by just going around yourself, and you don't need other people. But story missions, I think it's pretty important that unless you turn the difficulty down to easy,
man, if
it's good to go
easy
in with,
would be so. I turned it down to normal just for a bit, and I was like, it's easy on normal, and then hard.
All I've played
hard
is hard
by yourself is pretty hard.
Okay, so all I've played is hard. So
yeah, hard with friends
is
depending on
good.
who you're fighting.
Sure,
can be good to extremely difficult, like the Titan.
Yeah, Titan was ridiculous.
So I think that this game, my biggest problem with this game is that it stems from 2 places. There's one part of the game that wants to be this BioWare Mass Effect-esque story, like a campaign where your choices, they might not matter as much as in Mass Effect they did, but
They like determine your loyalty points.
Right. They determine your Fort Tarsus, and then you have, I don't know, this shared world shooter aspect, and I just don't think they mesh real well. Tyler was talking about how the NPCs have really interesting dialogue. And it's really fun to talk to them, except when I'm playing with you guys and we're all just talking over what I'm trying to listen to. But the game is way more fun when I'm playing with you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like this disconnect between, do I have to mute them? Do I just need to tell everyone to shut up?
Yeah.
Or
just say bye for a bit.
yes.
Hey guys, I'm gonna watch some vids. Oh my gosh, I love talking to the janitor guy so much.
But
he's my favorite.
And that's why I think that this game, like, again, the further along you go, I think especially once we hit the end game, we're going to have a lot of fun. Because the end game is not going to have nearly as many of these, like, story things that I care about trying to listen to and figuring out. I kind of, at this point, just want to, like, try and push through the story on my own with randoms at an easier level, and then go back and play through stuff with you guys at a higher level, because I don't have to use my microphone with them. I can just keep them muted and not feel bad about it.
Right.
Whereas I would feel bad being like, hey, you guys, I know we're all in Fort Tarsus and we're talking about our awesome things we've gotten, or that, I should really try out this, but I really want to talk to
That's the allure
this
of
character.
looter shooters.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Seeing how cool your loot is.
Right. Another thing, I had a problem with this in the beta or the demo, and I still have a problem with it, is that I can't change guns without going back to
The Forge.
the fort. Like, even if it's something like with the Division, where there's safe houses out in the world, and I can fly over to a safe house and land and go to the Forge and switch things up there, like, don't make me go out of my gameplay experience if I'm not having fun with a gun.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere to test your abilities or guns when you get them either.
Right.
Which really bothers me. Like, I put on a marksman rifle. It was a burst rifle. And I was like, I loaded in. I was like, this gun is horrible.
I was watching their, like they did a Twitter question thing, and that was one of the questions they answered. They're like, is there going to be a place to test guns and stuff? And they said, that's something we're working on, which could be a lie, obviously.
Default answer.
Yeah, it's something we're looking into.
Yeah.
I would love the idea of just like a little stall where you can go to out in the world that just accesses your menu of all the stuff you have, so you can be like, actually, I want this because
even if it was,
I have no detonators right now.
Even if it was in the Forge and you could just push a button and go into first person and you like grabbed your gun and you could like fire it at like targets, like, that would be, and then like you are like, okay, that's cool. You hit the button again and it zooms back out, and then you can keep doing your customizing thing.
I hear that a lot. I'm pretty sure they're gonna add something.
I think they have to.
I bet it won't be as good as what anybody wants.
Nope.
But at least it will be something.
They have until March 22nd for me. It's nothing against Anthem.
No.
It's just that I'm more excited for the Division.
Yeah. Nick in the chat.
Oh yeah, I
talked
didn't
about the
mention
tethering.
Yeah, the clipping in this game is horrendous. Have you had any issues with it?
Just when we've been like intentionally messing around with it.
When I play with randoms and like people run into me and it moves me around and then I can't go directions, it is so frustrating for me. I can't stand it. It is rough. That, and then what he's talking about is tethering with, like, if you get too far away from your team, which is also like 10 feet in front of you. Again, it goes back to, you make this huge world and you're limiting your play space by tethering people.
Yeah.
Like, I understand if I'm all the way across the other side of the map. Like, I get it. Please teleport me. But if I'm like 20 feet behind someone and I can see them, don't load me into a new area. Like,
right.
We don't need, or don't even like, and a lot of times it doesn't actually load me, but it gives me that warning, like, you're going to be loaded. Like, why? I can see them. There was one time I was literally right next to Luke, like running behind him, like probably like this, and it gave me the loading warning with a 4-second countdown. It's like, are you serious? Like, he's right there. I could reach out and touch him.
Yeah, they need to do something with either making that smaller and then gradually get bigger, or like just more subtle.
I know there was the one before the cutscene,
right?
Which I'd say that one was okay.
Yeah, because they want you to watch it.
At that point, though, if it's right before a cutscene, as soon as the first person walks in, just let the cutscene start.
For them or for
everyone?
Yeah, because we're all going to be close enough to each other at that point.
Theoretically, I mean, the way that it keeps you tethered together, so.
Yeah, Battle Hub. Thanks, Lepke. Yeah, we're talking about Anthem.
Especially because, like, in free play, you don't get those. So I don't know why it would... It's confusing that it's such a
they made some
variable of a difference.
They made some interesting design choices where, especially during missions, and if you're going into caves... Certain caves, they're loading zones. And so, essentially, it's saying, we need to load new content. We need you guys to get out of the old content rather quickly so that we can unload those things. And because they have to do that, they have to essentially tether people together in order for it to not be like, oh, hey, the map disappeared around me.
I'm in a black box.
I'm in a glass case of emotion. All in all, though, I enjoy the game.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. I know we were pretty hard on it, but like,
yep,
we all are in the same understanding.
They were hard on it. I haven't really actually played probably enough, honestly.
I think we all understand that this is a game that's going to evolve. It's going to get better in time, not worse. And if you're into the idea of like flying around like Iron Man, it scratches that itch fairly well, I think.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, also, the game is beautiful.
Oh, yes, it is.
It looks really pretty.
Until there's a lot on your screen and your frame rate drops. But other than that.
And thank you for improving underwater visibility.
Oh, yes, you can actually see. Good call, yeah. It still feels really heavy when you're underwater, but it's not near as bad as it was in the demo.
I still wish you could do things underwater.
Yeah, I wish I could shoot.
I bet it.
I bet it'd be legit.
I bet it's gonna come. Like, I think they're just saving stuff, which is, I mean, it's frustrating because they're like, "Ooh, Act 2, you're gonna be able to shoot a gun underwater," or something like that. It's just like, oh, you could have just done it at the beginning, I guess.
What frustrates me about the act system is like, we're not done. Like, the game's not done. Right. The story's not done. We're still working on it, but we had to release it, kind of thing. Like, and you know it. Like, EA was like, hey, we need you to get this on the shelf.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, well, we're going to have to do an act-based release schedule. I'm like, oh, okay. But, like, if it's good, then nobody's going to care.
Yeah. If they can keep telling an interesting story and evolving the world, that's what's going to be key. Mm-hmm. Because in, like, Destiny, the world doesn't evolve naturally. The world only evolves when a big DLC drops. Mm-hmm. And it would be nice to get the idea that, like, over the course of 3 months, the game world kind of evolves, and then it changes. And then it kind of evolves, and then it changes at the end of Act 2. Like, and the world is, like, big and beautiful enough that they can do some really cool things, like like different kinds of weather. Like, I still haven't been in a storm yet.
Oh, I have.
I don't know how.
I almost got struck by lightning. I don't think it would hurt me, but lightning landed right next to me, and it kind of made me jump because I did not see it coming.
Playing in storms is fun because then you don't overheat as fast.
Yep.
I'm also wondering, I was looking through the Cortex, and on the locations, some of the Cortex keys talk, and when I say keys, I just mean like names, descriptors, talk about in the locations, like very specifically Bastion, which is where
the planet,
like, we are now. So I'm wondering if we're going to get different areas outside of, like, maybe not different planets, but...
Like, we're extending the map.
Right, like, instead of a new hub in this area, there's a new hub that opens up to a new desert area.
My kind of, like, prediction, I guess, would be after the Cataclysm, for Act 1's Cataclysm, it's going to change the edge of the map and extend it into something else.
Yeah, I'd be totally
That
down
way
with
you
that.
can still have your foresty area that we have because it's pretty. It looks cool.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to get rid of it all. Plus,
Yeah.
I like those like tree mushrooms. I think those are fun.
They're pretty cool. That's where we almost fought our first Titan.
Oh my gosh, that was so stressful. But yeah, and then you'll have the mountain, snowy, and then a desert or a full on like I don't
James
know,
Cameron world underwater.
yeah, cave-ish area,
just think
and then
of-
they'll add underwater fighting.
Now that we've all played, we've all played Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, this game is not like Breath of the Wild's not nearly as detailed as Anthem, but I love the idea that like in Breath of the Wild I can go to all these different, like the world just feels huge because of the different environments. And right now, granted, I haven't made it through the campaign, so maybe there's like parts up in the northwest that I haven't been yet. Like maybe those are very different. That just is it feels like a new area that's not just copy paste foliage.
I like the
Tree.
transport tube, slingshot tubes
Ooh,
that
yes.
you fly
Oh,
through, and
yeah.
they're like,
And I can rest my hands.
Yeah.
Oh. My thumbs.
Anyways, I need to play more, but for me, it's like I'm having fun with it. I can't wait for it to be better.
My ongoing current recommendation rating is fanboy worthy right now.
It's probably all right for me.
it's a tweener for those two for me. I don't know. Like, aspects of it are fanboy worthy, and aspects of it are just all right. I mean,
Yeah.
Again, it's still way too early. Like,
said, something might totally change, and I might go, dumpster fire.
yeah, no, it really can walk that line. Because there's no straight to streaming in video games, is there? I guess Game Pass.
Game Pass. Crackdown 3, baby.
Well, it's just an opposite of fanboy worthy.
Yeah, like it really walks the line for me. But Luke screaming through the tube, Lepke says, when you yeah, Luke tries to yell the whole time as he flies through it.
And it's kind of hard when you forget to take a breath. You know, I'm the kid that holds his breath in tunnels and over bridges. You know, don't want the trolls to get you.
That sounds about right.
All right.
Those internet trolls will get you, man.
We went longer on Anthem than I thought we would.
Yeah,
That's
we did.
okay.
There's a lot to talk about.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to the fan box.
That's okay. What do we got? Do we have anything?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Remember that question that we came up with? What was that question?
We had a question. Hold on. I'll play the.
Tyler sent me just like an idea kind of a thing,
Yeah.
and then I formed it into a question.
Ooh. Like clay. He formed it.
This was like last week.
With Patrick Swayze.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was if you could go to any set visit
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
of anything, like
Present, past, or future.
yeah,
What?
and just watch, figure what happened. Which one? I knew my answers right away.
Like particularly like one day, a specific shot, or
No.
just a
No, just for
movie.
the movie.
Like you can be on set.
Lord of the Rings.
I have two because I have to cheat on all these.
You son of a gun.
But I'll say one, and if Tyler doesn't say another one, then
Okay.
I'll go to it. I would pick Fan Stick,
Fan Forstick.
and
That
I want
would
to
be
know what the
hilarious.
heck was going on in that movie
That would be a good one.
because that movie is absolute trash, and I love it. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, was Josh Trank really crazy? Did everybody hate each other? Were people like just drunk the whole time on that set?
I don't think Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller hated each other.
Probably
They've been in
not.
2 movies together now.
I've heard really strange things about Josh Trank on that movie, though, and with him and the cast and everybody, the writers, the producers. I just want to know what the heck was going on. What's yours, Tyler?
Mine would probably be Justice League.
That's what my
second one was.
Because I
Yeah.
am curious to see like where it started and where it finished and why those two visions are so different. Like, it would be really interesting to see like what happened?
I just want to see Ben Affleck's face and just like, hey, Ben, we need to do it.
They're like, oh, do I have to? Can I wear the Under Armour this time?
They call him the Kingfisher.
If I had to choose another one, I would like to be.
Swear to me.
Probably not that movie.
Batman Begins? That's great.
That's a great movie. I agree. I love that movie.
You just want to go to bad movies.
No, I was going to say, if I went to a good movie,
Oh, okay.
I would want to be on the set of a movie with Christian Bale in it. Any of them, just to see how long he stays in character.
Equilibrium.
I was thinking The Machinist because he would haunt my dreams, but no, probably The Dark Knight. It'd be cool to see Heath Ledger in action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be.
See him skateboarding in his Joker makeup.
Yep.
And I think it'd be really cool to see Christopher Nolan shoot a movie.
Oh, yes. Best of both worlds right there.
I think if I would pick a good movie... Oh, that's tricky, actually. Okay, I'm going to pick two more. Good movie, real quick one would be Iron Man 1, because that script was like 20% finished when they started that movie. Just see them be like, oh, we need to say something... Downey, just say something stupid.
I got another one.
Yeah, I can fly. Oh, that was great. Like, and then the other one would be Mad Max Fury Road, so I can see those stunts in action.
Last one for me. Mission Impossible Fallout.
Ooh,
to watch all the stunts.
Yeah, baby. Do you have any more, Brett?
No.
You only did one.
I only need one. You only asked me for one.
You don't want to milk The Last Jedi a bit? Sorry.
Since you brought it up, I feel like it's a cop-out. Honestly, any Star Wars film would be a joy to be on, probably. Maybe not Solo, just
because of the
situation. I'm not one. Here's the deal. I would find, but what you guys were talking about with like troubled developments, I would find it absolutely interesting to watch. Like I would find it very fascinating. But I have such a love for movie making that like I would just feel crappy about the situation.
I just want answers.
Yeah.
I won't pay attention to how they're making the movie. Be like, they're filming, don't watch, this is not what to do. Cut. Hey, Kumar, you suck. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you suck, Josh Trank, blah, blah, blah.
So, you mentioned Last Jedi.
they hate each other.
And so from what I've seen in the behind-the-scenes stuff, obviously it's all, like, on the disc. It's all going to look good. Like, Rian Johnson looks like a, like, great direct, like...
Actor's director?
A good actor's director. People like him. Like, actors like him. He looks like he's a fun director to work with. He's just kind of got this giddy sense of, like... Ooh, that worked.
You know what? You know another director that people like?
Michael Bay.
I was gonna say Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
People who make bad movies are
I know
generally
that
well liked by their
producers
stars.
love Michael Bay. He always shoots in time and he's always under budget.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There's something to say about that.
I didn't know that.
Yep. For like the Transformers movie, they're like, "Oh, you've got $200 million," and they're like, "Oh, I only need 175." It's like, okay.
Guess whose wallet got a little bit fatter?
I'll throw you another one. I think The Revenant would have been
That would have been cold.
just intense to go watch.
Oh wow, this is really exciting. Hey Leo, what you doing? Oh my gosh, they just ate that liver.
Oh, he's puking. Oh, leave it in the movie. Oh my goodness. And then Tom Hardy would walk over and be like, "Oh my gosh, you're in this movie too? I didn't even know that was you, man."
Like, I'm gonna skin you. It's like,
They scout me. Like, go back to your trailer, you creepy guy.
I need a coat.
And then General Eyebrows come running around the corner like, "What's going on?" Like, dude, go lay on the tree anymore. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Also, Back to the Future, because there's a lot of drama on that, but that movie turned out awesome.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Thank you.
Thanks for saving the fan box there today.
Teamwork, baby.
Makes the dream work. That's what we brainstormed.
Do we have any
You
other
missed the cup.
any other
They hit the
thoughts?
outside of the cup, like right there.
It's on your thumb.
What did it got in there?
Some of it. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Do we have anything else, or should we say goodnight to these fine
We
folks?
should say goodnight to these fine folks.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Thanks for watching. We're on Twitter and Instagram for some shenanigans.
That's right. At What the Fanboy.
You can find us on YouTube for the live show Monday nights and occasional reviews and reactions.
Commentaries.
Oh, we got one coming up.
Yeah, we do.
I'm so excited.
We need to talk about that.
Yes, we do.
And then, of course, if you're more interested in an audio version, you can find this particular show and the commentaries on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on Google Play Podcasts services.
Look on your podcast app. Just search for What the Fanboy.
Yep.
We'll be there.
We better go before Tyler falls asleep. Thanks for watching or listening. Goodbye.
Bye. See ya. Bye. Bye.
Doing
Bye.
my anthem wave.
Bye.